We got the game of the week: Ravens versus the Steelers. This will be the first time Lamar Jackson and Big Ben go head to head. This is one of the classic rivalries in the NFL. Who you got winning this game?
Uh, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win this game. I know Lamar is the reigning MVP. Everybody's hyped up with Lamar, but personally, a lot of people are talking about the Bucks. I think the Steelers probably have the best defense in the league. That front five they have with T.J. Watt, with Bud Dupree and Hayward, like that defense they have that is relentless. Like I saw what they did, the guys like Derrick Henry. This team is 6-0. And Big Ben is having a sneak. Before last week, he was having a sneaky MVP season. He threw them those 3 picks last week. But before that, Big Ben was looking good. And then you got guys like Chase Claypool, this rookie, he's showing out, and guys like Juju, they're showing out, and Ebron, like this Pittsburgh Steelers, this team is a great team from top to bottom. I mean, special teams, offense, and defense. They're just all around good. And the Baltimore Ravens, I feel like what the Steelers do, they stop the run. Like they, yes, their secondary is pretty good as well with Joe Hayden and Minka Fitzpatrick. But that front five they got, that front four, they stop the run. Now I don't think with Lamar, his inability to get the ball down the field in the passing game and his reliance on the running game, I think he's gonna be pretty. I think the Steelers are going to do a pretty good job maintaining him to where he doesn't scramble, and I think they're going to pull up with this one. I think Lamar's going to have one of those games where we just shake our head because he's not going to be able to throw the ball, and the Steelers are going to shut down the run, and so I got the Steelers win this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Steelers will take this one game. Yeah, just like exactly what you said. We see Lamar Jackson like he's only good when he's ahead because he doesn't have to throw the ball. You can't be running the ball and taking all that time off the clock when you're behind. And when we see this happens time and time again, when the Ravens fall behind, Lamar Jackson has to throw the ball, they lose. And I feel like they're not, even though it'll be tougher because the Ravens have so much people who could run the ball on the ground. Um, I feel like the Steelers will stop them. My Big Ben is coming off a bad game. I don't anticipate he'll throw three. He's probably not going to throw 3 picks again this weekend. So that's 3 less turnovers for the Ravens and 3 less for the Steelers. So Big Ben will be better. They won't run the ball as much on the Steelers as they do other teams, and Lamar Jackson's gonna have to throw the ball. And who knows? Maybe he does. Maybe he proves everybody wrong, and he lives up to his MVP standard that we saw last season and not in the playoffs. But I don't see the Ravens winning this game because if you have to depend on Lamar throwing you back into the game, he hasn't proven that yet, and until he proves it, I'm not gonna pick them to win the game.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are having a scary season. Like this team is pretty scary. They're 6-0 in the AFC, like that, and that division there. And this is going to be a big time game up there with Packers and Bears. But the thing with these two teams have been the most consistent teams in NFL history. You can't tell the last time the Steelers had a losing season. You cannot tell the last time the Ravens had a losing season. Like these are two of the most consistent teams in NFL history, and I just feel like in this big game, Lamar knows it's going to be a big game. Big Ben, he's used to the big game. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. He's won 2. Like, so I feel like Big Ben is going to do what he got to do. I feel like guys like Claypool, I feel like he's going to have a big game. As long as James Conner, as long as he doesn't fumble the ball, because he's becoming so prone to fumbling the ball lately. I don't know what's going on him, but he's really prone to fumbling the ball. And last week I saw him, he looked pretty slow. Like he looked like a half step slower than usual. I feel like the Steelers can win this game in multiple ways, throwing the ball and running the ball. But the Ravens, like I don't know, I'm just not impressed. I feel like they just had such a great season last season, and right now they're on like a downward trend. I feel like Lamar knows it, and I feel like they know it as well. And the defense is still great, but it's not the same. Like you let go of what's the guy's name? Who they let go from safety? Like you let go of him, and then like you still got 2 elite corners and Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey, but the defense it's just not the same feel like you got from Ravens last year.
Well, I
I
mean,
feel like the Steelers.
just a couple. I don't think the Ravens will probably never have like a season like that, like they had last year again. That was just ridiculous. They just steamrolled everybody. I mean, everybody. They won like 12 after like week 4. They won 12 straight games or something like that, and they just it was ridiculous. So they're 5-1. They're still that's still really good. They're a really good team.
It doesn't feel like that though. It doesn't feel like that.
I
This
mean,
this is
yeah,
a
but
5-1 team
that,
that doesn't feel that feels more like 3-3
no, but I mean that's just
because
because
the way they've been playing.
yeah, I mean that's just because they just don't have that. Lamar Jackson isn't as electrifying as he was last year, mainly because he's trying to throw the ball more, and they're trying to cater the offense and throw in the ball more, so it doesn't feel as electrifying as it was last year. But they're still a really good team, so let's not take them for granted, or just write them off like they some chalk. But yeah, I picking the Steelers to win this game.
They're a good team, but I feel like at this moment the Steelers is playing in a different league. And I feel like the pressure is on the Ravens because the Steelers' Big Ben is back. Last time the Ravens played them, Lamar hasn't played against Big Ben, and Lamar is one to be known that to struggle in big games. And this is a big game. This is a game probably is going to decide the division because if the Steelers win this game, they're 7-0 with division wins over the Ravens, and then if the Ravens win this, if the Ravens lose this game, they're going to be 5-2 with a division loss against the Steelers. So this is going to decide the division. So I mean, like you say, I just feel like the Steelers are playing in a different league right now than the Baltimore Ravens. Like yes, the Ravens are still a great team, but we have to be honest. It's not doesn't feel the same. It feels like they're on a downward trend. Like it just feels that way. And every time I see a team does that, like I'm just skeptical to pick them in big games because they know it themselves. Mentally, they know they're on this because they were last year. Like they know what they're going to be, pressing. They know they're going to be
And
trying, and I just feel like
it's just they just like kind of flying under the radar right now. Like it's kind of like the Chiefs last year going into the playoffs. Nobody was talking about the Chiefs when he's going into the playoffs. Last postseason, they was just flying under the radar. Winning games, staying there, staying in contention, but not doing anything spectacular. I think that's what the Ravens doing right now. So I don't really put nothing into it. I don't expect them to come out back-to-back seasons and steamroll the league like they did last year. So they just kind of a really good team, but just flying under the radar right now.